it is live. We are live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Booze Bash 7. It's my first time in the booth this time around, and I'm super excited for it. Joined here by Slimpsh, our fantastic caster that's been here mostly every week, I think. And then also a brand new face to the booth, Tony Pajamas. How we doing, gents?
It's
Doing great.
pajamas. Doing well. Doing
Pronounced
well.
pajamas, not pajamas. Get it right.
Fuck, you're so right. Tony Pajamas. I apologize. Totally my fault.
Hey, forget about it. Forget it.
Forget about it. You know what I can't forget about? Can't forget about this match that's going down today. Ikathia versus Bilgewater, week 2 Booze Bash action. How do we feel about these teams?
I'm feeling pretty good. Both of them down 0-1. Had some struggles week 1, as many teams do. Bilgewater, I believe it was Bilgewater. Yes, they had gone down 0-2 in their match. And Ikathia went down swinging 1-2. They had a pretty banger series compared to the rest of the sweeps. So
Yeah, this is an important one, both at the bottom of the ladder, and as we know, only one team is going to get eliminated from playoffs. So this is a very important match for both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Always want to strive to get as many wins as possible in Booze Bash. This is going to be a big one for both of them. Get their name on that leaderboard. Check that win column for this week before going into the extended next week that we have. Now, from those first week games, you guys sound like you both watched them. So let me ask you this. What highlights were there for these teams? What do you think worked for them that they might bring over? And what do you think didn't work that they need to change?
Well, I can speak to Ikathia. Well, I personally played against them, and I think what really helped them out is prioritizing the Soraka pick in game 2 and 3. It was tough to deal with that healing. So I'm looking for them to go Soraka again and play around their mid laner. The mid laner is the highest elo player in Booze Bash Kimtech League, so I really want them to focus on giving the mid laner the resources.
well, dang,
Yeah.
from what I saw the last week, I understand we have a few substitutions here tonight. One of them being Jaboy J Money subbed in for MB Parker here, so it'll be a switch up. I hadn't seen much of Jaboy's play prior to that point, and I really liked what I was seeing from Ikathia. Some very bright spots there.
Yeah.
And then as for Bilgewater, they have substitutes. They just really couldn't get anything going for themselves. They couldn't get any momentum. They weren't really setting themselves up in time to be there for objectives or making plays. Kind of reactive throughout, which never really a great position to be in. So a little more proactivity and forethought I'd like to see, and I think they can do well.
All right, fantastic. Hey, we are into the draft. Ikathia versus Bilgewater getting kicked off here. First ban, Ikathia on blue side. They are going to ban nobody because they lose their first ban due to the sub situation.
There you go.
Yeah, Bilgewater on the clock now. We'll see what they want to take away. Important to note, you did mention that sub that we had, MV Parker, is in for Jaboy J Money, but we also have another substitution, Milton Fudge Cow, taking over the top lane there for Ikathia.
2 subs.
Yep.
They lose 2 bans. Wow.
I believe they only lose 1 ban, if I'm correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, the all-important Master Yi ban going through. Invader Paradox's fave.
Yep, gotta get that off the table. Garen goes away as well with the Urgot, Yorick, and it looks like a Nivea on the side of Bilgewater getting taken off the table.
Cool.
First pick. We'll see what they pick here with the blue side priority. We've seen a lot of misfortune in this position, but this time it's going to be a Rumble pickup by Ikathia. Very, very good champion. Fits MV Parker a lot.
That's the MB Parker special right there.
Rumble in the jungle. That's a scary pick.
The skin or the position, we'll have to see. Red side, Bilgewater making their first pick here. It looks like it's going to get a Xin Zhao lock in.
Yeah,
it will be.
That is Invader Paradox's secondary pick. Pretty much plays Yi, plays Xin, played a bit of Volibear previous week when the others were banned, and that was the story.
And going with a strong early game jungler against this Rumble who wants to farm, he's going to need to live up to his name, Invader Paradox, need to be in the enemy jungle taking the camps.
Yeah, for sure. This Rumble most definitely is not in the jungle, is my presumption. I think it's a top lane Rumble or a mid lane Rumble. MV Parker plays both. Tom Kench, very interesting pick there from Bilgewater. I kind of like it. Haven't been able to see Tom Kench a lot in this meta, with it being mostly enchanters floating around. We will see if Akathia goes the Soraka route to counter him up.
I will say if they take Kench to the top lane, it will tilt Milton Fudge Cow. I know it personally.
Mm.
Nice.
Yep, there's that misfortune pickup with the second pick there on blue side. Pretty surprised to see it get past Bilgewater's rotation there, but it ends up on Akathia's side.
Yeah, it's such a good blind pick in these recent patches. It's been basically pick or ban these first few weeks.
I wonder if that has anything to do with the fact that Booze was not yet. They started the draft. I don't see Booze anywhere. I don't know if he's in their call. I would think they would grab the Misfortune. She's so good.
Oh, incredibly interesting to note. I was just informed by MV Parker, because of the rules of the tournament with substitutes now, he is actually locked into the jungle.
Ah, very interesting. Cool.
Yeah. So it could be interesting if that is a Rumble for MV Parker still. I'm assuming it still is. Dr. Mundo, the pickup on the other side, they're establishing a front line there.
You can say that
beefy.
again. They so Rumble Jungle pretty much completely collapsed from the meta, but MB Parker's so good on this champion that they do it. And you know what? He'll probably pop off. We'll see.
Yeah. Hoping that it'll happen. Back to the bans. Ari coming out from Bilgewater here. Vhagar coming out from Akathia. Both targeting the mid lane.
Cool. Yeah, we did see Sav played in our game. Sav was one of the very high-ranked mid laners, so they're cornering him a bit.
And Ari can be a very slippery champion for the Tom Kench, the Zen Zhao, the Dr. Moon to get onto. So Ari's a good ban here. Their mid laner also plays Talia, so targeting mid lane.
Yep, absolutely. Question for you guys. Can Soraka silence Tom Kench's eat?
If he's
I don't
already
see why not.
if he's already channeled
Like,
it, I don't think he'll.
Or do they stay in?
I think they would stay in.
Oh, yeah, I think they would stay in as well.
Yeah, so it might just be you see the stacks on your teammate, you throw down the silence field preemptively, but I feel like it should have a pretty good matchup into Tom Kench. The Mundo makes me think that Tom Kench is going support, and the Aphelios confirms that.
Cool. Nice. Nice little combination.
Yep, Aphelios Tom Kench, very, very fun, very versatile. Aphelios wants that escape option. You see him paired with Thresh a lot for Thresh Lantern. Tom Kench, another one who can facilitate that with his ultimate ability after level 6.
And as I mentioned, Bilgewater prioritizing mid lane, giving mid lane counter pick. They're going to utilize their resource for mid. They need to play around their best player.
Mordekaiser coming out. AP in the jungle and the top lane here.
Cool. Lots of Mordekaiser and Booze Bash.
Yeah,
a bit of a
popular
tax man.
champion. Can't think of anyone better to single out an ADC and take him out of the game.
That, and when objectives are up, I think Mordekaiser's really good into the Zen Zhao as well. It's going to make Zen Zhao his life a nightmare.
Brand, the final pickup. That is a lot of AP damage. Only AD coming out of the misfortune there. We'll see if Bilgewater kind of recognizes that and does a bot side camp.
Quickly, lock in a water type to counter these fire types. There's 2 of them. This is Pokemon malpractice. But they've got mid to think about here, so they can counter a brand if they wish. Which that
I'm
sounds
looking
great.
for the Akali here in the mid lane.
Blank.
I'll be honest with you. This Vex feels out of place to me. There is
Oh,
not
there's a
a
Vex.
single dash on the other team.
Yeah, I was really looking
Not
for
one.
the Akali here to really punish the brand pick.
Well, we will have to see how this goes, but we have locked in our teams. Akathia with the Rumble, Misfortune, Soraka, Mordekaiser, and Brand. Bilgewater with Jinzhao, Tom Kench, Dr. Mundo, Aphelios, and Vex. What are we thinking, gentlemen? Who do we think came out on top in this draft, and what do we think their game plans are?
I think I'm going to swap some icons, but you know what? I like this team with the Rumble and the Brand. They've got a bunch of frontline over there, but I just think it's gonna burn up.
I agree. I do like the draft out of Akathia. I think if we have an assassin mid laner from Bilgewater, things might be different. But Soraka does provide a pseudo tank to everyone because she's just going to be dealing out the W healing throughout the fights. So even though they don't have tanks, they will have a lot of healing.
Yeah, it'll be slightly interesting to see how they adapt to this on Bilgewater's side. Their engage right now is looking like a Jinzhao or a Tom Kench W, which is pretty difficult to engage onto the champions that Akathia has. So your assassin shout is a really good one. I think if we would have had an assassin in the mid lane, it could have looked different. Could have gotten on the Misfortune, gotten on the Brand, gotten on the Soraka. But now with Mordekaiser just running in front of all of them and Rumble being able to be a pseudo frontliner as well, it's going to be difficult for Bilgewater to really capitalize on the squishiness that Soraka, Misfortune, Brand represent.
Oh snap! We've got a prediction in the chat with channel points.
Ooh.
Huge. Bet those channel points, everybody.
I don't blame you. I'm quite strong.
Let
Oh,
everybody else know. The stream has kind of scuffed it here, but that was a Vex lock in last for Bilgewater.
I won't hurt you. I promise.
But we'll see.
I think it'll be super interesting to see how this one breaks down.
Carefully, my friend.
While we're waiting here, what are your guys' predictions for the series itself? Who do we think is taking this whole series? Do we think it's going to be a sweep? Do we think it's going to be close?
I mean, I'm really curious how cohesive this Akathia group is with the substitutions and whatnot. But you know what? MB Parker's no stranger to subbing. So and they kind of had success at least in parts of their team the previous weeks. So I'd lean towards them probably.
Yeah, I'd second that.
For sure. I also will third that. Got the whole desk on Akathia's side here, it seems. But that's okay. Maybe we could be proved wrong.
Wouldn't be the first time, you know?
I think the win condition for Bilgewater has to be the Aphelios. He has a bunch of front line. Let's see if he can pop off. I think Bilgewater has a chance.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Aphelios has to do massive damage this game. I will say the itemization for the tanks on the side of red here is super easy. You just go all AP resist. Go your Force of Nature. You could go Abyssal Mask. It's pretty good for Vex on your team. Pretty good for Aphelios on your team. All they need to do is make sure that Misfortune does not get ahead. And if that Misfortune does not get ahead, I don't think they'll take any damage from the enemy team comp outside of the Brand passive.
What's Jinzhao doing for itemization these days? Can he squeeze in a little wit's end there? Mundo obviously can get Force of Nature second. That'll be huge.
I think it's perfectly fine for Jinzhao to go Wits End, especially in this game.
Cool.
And I think we'll see how he is on income, but I think a QSS will be valuable if they really want to, ward off this Mordekaiser for objectives.
All right, we are in our 3-minute spectator delay, so you guys know what I'm gonna ask you. Actually, this is your first experience with what I'm about to ask you, Tony. Who do we think is getting first blood? I need you to call the person who's getting first blood. I need you to call the person who they are getting first blood on, and then we'll tally up by the end of game 3 and see who came out on top.
I got Zen Zhao First Blood on the brand this game.
Oh, okay. All right. Getting the mid lane gank in there early. Slim, what about you?
I was also thinking that Xin may get the first blood. I don't know if it will be the brand. I'm thinking it'll be in the bot lane. And since Miss Fortune's a little speedy after she gets her W, I'm going to say it's going to be on the Soraka.
All right. I like it. I like it. I think we are going to see a first blood, and that first blood is going to be MV Parker on Rumble first blooding the Aphelios in the bot lane.
Big.
Yeah. Think he's going to be able to run in there. I think we're kind of going to chill here in the early game. I don't see anything happening super quickly.
Well,
But
when
I
I'm
can,
playing top lane or I'm playing jungle and I see a Mordekaiser, I think a Mordekaiser gank pre-6 is always
Yep.
valuable. If they can gank him before 6, get him a little bit behind, it'll really help out the Mundo.
You also have a little bit of insight into Milton as a player. Why don't you tell us a bit about his top pool and what we could see in future games?
In ranked, he only plays Urgot and he plays Yorick. Both of them banned out. Mordekaiser, he does not play. It's probably been at least a year since he's played Mordekaiser. He'll be a little rusty. I don't know if he knows all the interactions. But that being said, Mordekaiser has a pretty simple kit. Q, is an empowered, hammer. W is a shield and healing. E is the pull. So it's not that complicated of a champion, and he does know the role really well.
He picked it into Mundo, so in theory, is this perhaps a counter, maybe something that Milton's feeling good about into the Mundo? Hopefully.
Mundo should be a Mordekaiser counter post 6, I believe. Because you can just kind of, if he's got to waste the pull, right, to break your spell shield, he ults you,
True.
and you ult after he ults you, and then he doesn't steal your ults healing and stats. So I don't know. I think this could be difficult for the Mordekaiser.
Right. I don't think it's a kill lane by any means for
No.
either top lane. So I think the Mordekaiser pick is more for the team fights and really focusing on the Zen Zhao and the Aphelios.
Actually,
ulting a Xin Zhao out of a smite situation could be critical this game.
I think ulting the Vex could be amazing if she doesn't chain those ults together. If there's any inkling of her having the opportunity to do that, if you can break her chain and stop her from getting 2-3 ults off, that's big. All right, we're getting in the game now.
Impactful. We are getting in the game. Booze Bash 7, Ikathia versus Bilgewater. We're getting on the Rift right now.
Oh, look at these matching Pajama Guardian skins in the bot lane for Ikathia.
Shout out to it's pronounced pajama. I'll correct you again, but I do like it.
How could I be so foolish? My apologies. That was totally by accident.
What do we think about an invade situation level 1? Or are they going to fight?
I think both teams have a pretty bad invade. So I would imagine it would be a 5 point or a stack. Looks like they might try it. Nah, they're going to 5 point it out. Okay, they're fanning out. Yep, both teams going for the traditional 5 point here. My fellow casters, make sure you are caught up to game time.
Yeah, and honestly, do it a little bit here, there, and everywhere as you go, because I've noticed the client has been a little wonky, and I don't like it.
It's been hurting.
All right, so just hard chilling here. Looks like Xin Zhao's posturing for a top start. Rumble's down bot. Some chit chat in the all chat.
Got to get in the head.
Let's see what we've got. No leash bot for either of them. Let's see if they try and do anything with it.
We will see. Both top laners going to show up at the same time, so they'll have an inkling that both leashed in the top side of the map.
Cool. Brand Vex
Tom
sounds
Kinch.
chill.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty chill lane. Post 6, Vex can kind of do things, because if you hit the ultimate on Brand, it can get in there It's pretty good for you, especially if you can hit the fear, layer all your damage. I'm very interested in this bot lane specifically. Tom Kench Aphelios is something we saw a lot, I want to say 1 to 2 metas ago. So it'll be interesting to see if they can really do exactly what they did during that time. They should be able to, but into Soraka. Soraka's very strong right now, and we know Adelphi plays the champion a lot.
Yeah, Soraka's big, chilling. She should be very interesting in some of these fights, being able to sustain people.
Yep, I think like I was predicting, this will be a pretty chill early game here. And as I say that, Rumble looking for the mid lane gank.
Oh,
Wanting
yeah.
to come in on it, the brand is there, hits the W. Rumble doing the damage, forces the flash out of the Vex. That's a summoner spell advantage for the gank from MV Parker in the bot lane. Lots of damage coming in. The Tom Catch goes in. Nothing coming out of it other than Aphelios getting chunked to half.
All the fire, that Vex is hurting, and she took Ignite, so that'll be trouble.
Yep, Brand lands one combo and procs that passive, and it can get pretty dicey.
Parker always getting those ganks off level 3. He loves, and he will repeat gank that. He might even look bot as well, but they noted that.
Tom Kench going in here in the bot lane is going to get the stacks onto the MF. Aphelios is free firing onto MF as well. The stun comes through, doing a lot of damage here. The heal forced out, the exhaust coming out as well, but Parker is here, taking down the Aphelios with the Rumble. That's a first blood for Misfortune. Tom Kench will be able to get out of there, and that is a great swing from blue side.
Dang. Very nice. They kept them very interested in that and threw the exhaust down at the last second. And it wasn't even worth for the Aphelios to flash. Maybe he could have flash healed and gotten out, but
And I think that was a lemur prediction as well. Well played.
Yep,
well played.
I got you. Thank you so much.
Kench is looking good to start here.
Indeed he is. Mundo pretty low here in the top side of the map. Gonna have to be careful. Can't really get pulled by Mort here, or it might result in a death.
Be missing his cleavers. It's gonna cost him health every time he throws one and it misses.
At least he has the passive backup now. Won't get pulled.
Can't grab that potion. Yeah, definitely doesn't look pretty here pre-6.
No, think it'll even up a little bit after that. Important to note, we do see the Cull come through on Aphelios here. Boo's gonna try to farm it out. Not really interested in interacting with the lane a whole lot, which I don't blame him for, with that MF getting the kill and coming back to lane with double longsword dagger.
Kaiser, importantly, gets the top lane pushed in, gets a ward on the Zenzal, won't have any issues.
Nice. So that was first blood on the Misfortunes, so love to see that. Scuttle
Jinzhao
acquired.
getting chased down here in the top side of the map. They're going to let him walk away, but they know exactly where he is. One more boom on the Jinzhao. Just a little bit behind in farm.
Yep.
Well, look at you.
Mord lost a creeper too by going to
Look at
help
this
secure
wave stacked up here in the bot side of the map.
And
It was meaty. The Misfortune autoing away and does get it down, but oh man.
that. Her Q really helped.
Taking a lot of harass there, the Tom Kench is. Grey Health will help that a little bit.
Looks like Brand's getting a bit of prio here. We'll have to see if teams want to think about early Drakes or not. Herald's coming up in a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Tom Kench going in with the W. Very interesting. Silence Field does not land, but he will take quite a bit of damage for it.
Yeah, MF was kind of left on her own while Delphi and the Soraka tended to clearing the ward in the tribe, but Aphelios wasn't really there to follow up. And
Brand coming down for the gank here. The slow does come through. The flash as well. Hits the ultimate. That's a kill for the Brand. A double kill for
kill.
Sav. And that's going to put him way ahead of his late opponent.
yeah, he flashed in, landed a couple spells on Booze. He flashed it after, but he still goes down.
Jinzhao going in the bot lane here. MF flashes away.
I don't know if the
Ooh,
flash
another
is
gank
necessary.
there. I don't think the flash was necessary either, to be honest with you. With the Soraka there for the
Sorry
healing.
though.
Vex goes
Oh,
down.
absolutely.
Her flash was nearly back up.
Yep, taking advantage of that summoner spell they got earlier. We'll see if they do that for the rest of the game as well.
Sweet. What a roam by the brand, of all things.
Yeah, you do not expect that to be the champion that's walking down into
You
your
would
lane.
think Vex would be the one roaming with her ult, which I think she just got recently, maybe. She was a little behind.
Well, Brand did have to invest flash in that. He will be susceptible mid lane. If we can get a gank on him and a shutdown, it could bring red side back into the game.
Yep. Xin Zhao has flash, Vex has R. If they can get on the brand, he's a dead man. And his R is still a little bit on cooldown. It'll come back up.
Yep, this Tom Kench is going to have a hard time in laning phase. He will definitely do a lot more when they get out of laning. But into Enchanters, he is a hard little frog to play.
I would think if he and the Aphelios can get 6 here, it's a lot easier. Aphelios has his purple gun and ultimate.
Oh, yeah.
He could follow up the CC.
Yep, we see blue-purple currently. But we also see MV Parker chilling down in the bot side of the map.
I'm no Aphelios expert, but I know the purple is the CC, the root.
Yep.
Parker taking the Scuttle Crab, probably wanting to set up a dragon play. MF goes for the ultimate here, gets rooted by Aphelios, but they still have the damage for it. Tom Kench taking a lot of harassment here. They'll both walk away, but might have to back.
It was kind of a strange angle. It wasn't hitting the wave, which was the sad part.
Yeah. No, if that was hitting the wave, I think it's in a much better position. MV Parker in the mid lane with the ultimate, forcing the flash out of Vex once again. Brand does hit the Q. MV Parker flashes for the kill on Really Cool Turtle. Great coordination there from Sav and MV Parker.
How many times have we seen it?
Ooh, Xin Zhao going in though, knowing Brand has no flash. The stun doesn't come through, but the ultimate does. Xin Zhao living through all of it. Gonna walk away from that mid lane situation.
Rumble Jungle is just taking over the game.
Yeah, that ult was nice.
And he's not even down in farm. That's the craziest part. He's ganked, I think, 3 times as much as Xin Zhao, and he is not down in farm.
And they nerfed this champ. His damage to monsters is not what it used to be. I think they put it just back down to what it was before they even tried touching him.
Misfortune in this rocket backing right as Tom Kench hits 6. Very well done.
Yep, good timer there, but it will open up Xin Zhao to potentially be able to make a play on this dragon.
Yep, the Scuttle Vision not going to expire too soon, so they would know and they could go grab the Herald, but we'll see.
Parker
Rumble's
is up
backing
on the top side already. Yep. We are seeing the Mundo take over a little bit post 6.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely speed up your time if you haven't. I did, and it was responsive. Dang, these clients.
Parker is prioritizing the Rift Herald, want to keep this snowball going, not too concerned about the first dragon.
Good way to be.
However, we don't even see the Xin Zhao going for dragon here. We see the Xin Zhao trying to make a gank happen on Brand in the mid lane, who will just walk off knowing he's there. So if Parker can finish up this Herald quickly, they might be able to get both of them. Looks like Xin Zhao coming up toward the top side. They know Herald is already gone.
Yep. Now the Soraka is moving around to establish a little more bot side river vision.
Yep. Brand being able to zone this Vex off pretty effectively.
Yeah, that's a scary guy. He's got those pen boots. They do so much.
Brand is an incredible champion for Chemtech in my mind. It is a a 100% team fighting champion into a team that has 3 tanks, I think it might be the best champion in the game to play in this situation.
Good call.
Rumble, unfortunately, missing the ult. The Vex does get stunned up, though. That's going to be a dead Vex in the mid lane. Sav on a killing spree
Nothing you
as
can do
Envy
about
Parker
that.
continues his impact.
She goes down again. Trial by fire every time. She never gets to have her flash up. She's always getting burned.
With the zoning from the Rumble ult, it's tough for Brand to miss his stun with his Q.
Mundo popping the ult here in the top lane. Mordekaiser did as well. Avi going to be able to walk away from that one. Rift Herald crashing the mid lane for some plates.
All right. Avi must have a pretty good PC. He made it through the Project Mordekaiser ult without disconnecting.
Now there is a large Misfortune ultimate coming out, getting the flash out of Booze there.
Yeah, he was hurting in there. He was definitely going to take a lot more if he didn't. Maybe he could
Parker
have just
getting the
healed.
dragon now, though. And I don't know, I've just got to accentuate the fact that this was a huge missed opportunity from Red. Red does try to go in the bot lane. Misfortune has to flash away.
Yeah, I mean,
Soraka posturing.
everything's going right for Akathia. We've got 4K gold lead here just shortly before turret plating's about to fall.
Yeah, it's very hard to see an angle where Bilgewater can get back into this game when you're facing down a brand that has 3 kills at 14 minutes.
Vex hasn't been able to get anywhere on the map with her ult. She's been getting bullied.
A lot of damage going down there onto Avi in the top lane. He's still fighting for it.
Yeah, kind of a little bit quiet here now. No objectives to go, just everybody getting back to their lanes.
Yep. We do see the first item Spirit Visage from Avi in the top lane alongside the Mercury boots. Or Mercury treads, rather. Definitely itemizing for that AP heavy team on the other side.
Makes sense.
You usually want Spirit Visage on Mundo anyway.
Oh,
a great flash from the brand, but unfortunately the Q misses. Not going to stun up the Vex.
Yeah, I think that brand flash was dodging what would have been a fear proc.
Yeah,
I think.
the Vex had to flash away as well.
Yeah.
Whew.
Ooh,
That burn?
she's
Is that
burning.
burn going to get it? Envy Parker trying to go in with the ultimate.
Full Leandries now. Night Harvester for the Rumble. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how much
Mid tower going to go down here.
we'll see how much the MR game can really stock up for Bilgewater. The thing is, the brand and Rumble are kind of snowballing here.
Yeah.
So they can
also haven't done enough to stop this MF. This MF is still 0-1-1, has a 1-0-1, has a CS advantage in the bot side of the map. So there's still going to be a lot of AD damage coming out from those MF ults in the fights.
Yep. They could get the Void Staff a little bit sooner than normal. Would make sense.
Yep. Foley Andries done on the brand. Night Harvester done
Oh.
on the Rumble.
Soraka's kind of stepping up to where that Zin's backing. I thought he might go on her.
Rumble
Could be a
is here
3v3
as
breaking
well.
out here.
Yeah, Xin Zhao.
Rumble's looking
Postured
for a
toward
lane
bot
gank.
side. Ultimate does come through, does not hit. The Soraka is
Counter
the
gank
target
is
for the
in.
Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao does get the ultimate, has to flash away, gets exhausted as well. MF ultimate coming through, unable to take anyone down. Tom Kench, though, in a rock and a hard place, but does take down Chase. Wow. Tom Kench getting taken down by Envy Parker. Vex flying in with the ultimate, probably ill-advised. The Sav immediately takes that kill.
Yeah, Booze had the nice weapons, but couldn't get too much done the way that they were clumped up for the MF ult.
Woo, and the dive comes through in the bot lane as well. We've also got a fight breaking out in the top side. Mordekaiser ult came down. Mundo ult came down. We'll see who ends up winning this fight.
Okay.
Spellimmune comes through.
I think
Big
Mordekaiser
brawl
wins this. He has
outside the
Conqueror.
grass proc.
Oh, a
I
spirit
think
visage should work.
Mordekaiser stays in that fight. He gets the kill.
I don't know. That spirit visage was doing work for sure. Yeah, that Vex really went in there, and she exploded. She, I mean, she always talks about how apathetic she is, but I didn't know she.
No,
I didn't
she
want to see her being
immediately
suicidal.
evaporated.
I want more for Vex. I want her to be happy.
With only the lost chapter, it's difficult for Vex to really do anything in that kind of a situation. I
It's
would have
tough.
liked to see it just back off.
Could have had
Or
hope
tried
there
to-
if Boost could have fought a little more,
Yeah.
but he had
Jinja has also gotten exhausted by Adelphi every time.
nice.
It's pretty good.
It's a good
Looking
call,
for a
really,
kill on
because
the
he does a lot of
Jinja here.
damage with Halo Blades. And he's very accessible. He's easy to exhaust.
Yep, he's usually on top of you if you're a Soraka.
Speaking of which, she's got the Moonstone now. Trying to get the second Herald. It's got an objective bounty on it, so...
Blue side just pulling more and more ahead. They take that Herald. They're probably going to position for this Dragon here shortly.
Yep. Looks like they've got other plans. They're kind of posturing around for stealing jungle camps, dropping the Herald top, maybe?
Yep, Mordekaiser trying to take this blue buff into the double in the bot lane. Looks like he will be able to do so. MF ultimate coming out onto Avi. Avi has to pop ultimate. MF has to flash away from the Jinjiao.
This team is very split up.
Yeah.
I like the Herald drop mid and going to Dragon, though.
Yep, like that a lot. Herald does get the value mid lane, and they will secure this Ocean Drake.
Cool stuff. Okay, so it is now nearly an 8k gold lead. I mean, if Mundo can continue to stack MR, maybe it'll work out and he'll become unkillable, but time is of the essence.
Yeah, we'll have to see if it can happen. And time is definitely of the essence, and even if time wasn't of the essence, they have a brand on the enemy team.
Yep.
Bet one of the best scalers in the game.
And Baron's going to be on the map pretty soon. They're pinging it. They want, at the very least, to set up.
A team with a brand, a rumble, and a crit misfortune
Oh!
will do quite well into Baron.
Yeah, that Baron will go down really quickly. Got the Mordekaiser ult onto the Aphelios.
Yep. Procking the
Yep,
Gale
oh no,
Force.
good flash there from Booze. The R from Tom Kedge immediately on the exit. We've got to fight in the top lane as well. Jinjiao going in on the Soraka. Does get rooted and is going to walk away. Exhaust once again going down onto him.
Oh, Vex is looking, potentially.
Unfortunately, Mordekaiser was not able to get his passive on the Aphelios with his 3 hits, so he wasn't able to run him down.
Yeah, that flash from Booze was also fantastic to dodge that Q in the ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Mundo staying around in the top lane.
A teleport is coming in.
Rumble ultimate blocking him off, and he is going to take a lot of damage here. Go down by Chase under tower, but the ult from the Vex does come in, hitting the double flea, but doesn't have the damage. Soraka ultimate, MF ultimate, taking down the Jinjiao. Sav getting the credit. Tom Kedge has to flee in the top lane. The burn is still going on the Vex, but will not kill. That's going to be a top lane turret, as well as a couple kills there for Blue.
Yep. Just flying into the incinerator, unfortunately. That's a free Baron.
Baron Nashor gonna get taken down here. Not a chance for a steal, unfortunately, with that Jinjiao being down.
Well, Bilgewater can start to think about how they want to adjust because there will be more games.
Yep.
I think banning the Rumble is important.
Yep, I think banning the Rumble is important. I think prioritizing... I think the big problem in this game is that Jinjiao wasn't in bot lane for like 6 minutes at the beginning of the game. You know what I mean? Like, you saw this MF and you had to be there.
Yeah.
Or you had to be answering the mid lane situation that was going on with the Vex getting taken down by the Rumble a couple of times.
Certainly missed opportunities.
But you live, you learn, and he will certainly learn from this one.
Yeah.
As it looks like it will be a little bit of a lull here as we wait for the objectives to respawn. Bot lane in the top lane there for red side, trying to get as much farm as possible on that Aphelios.
This brand now has Rylai's to further add to the pain. It's really nasty when he gets going on these kinds of item spikes, slowing you down to make the burn only worse. And that slow only makes Misfortune ults and such worse as well.
Ooh.
Nothing you can do. Nowhere to go. The Rylai slow is so oppressive on Bran.
Yep. Tried to flash at the tail end of it, but nope. Misfortune's autos and Qs were connecting.
Oh my gosh. Parker flashing in, but unable to take down the Vex as the heal comes through from Booz, but Booz will die for it. Taken down by Chase's ult.
So much AoE destruction.
Top tier 2 looking to go down by the Mordekaiser as we look for inhib here down mid.
The walls are closing in.
Tom Kench getting slowed up, and that's a death sentence against this comp. Gonna go down. They might just push for the end here. They see the Mundo in the bot lane.
Yeah. It's just if you're getting hit, you're melting.
Yeah,
Dipped up
absolutely.
to the top lane. It's gonna be 2 inhibs.
And if you try and get damage back, Soraka.
2 inhibs might be more than that if
Ultimate from
either
the
of these people
Mordekaiser.
die. And that's a dominating Rumble jungle. Jin Zhao gonna go down as well, and that's gonna be the end of the game. Blue side just completely steamrolls its way to victory. Ikathia is looking scary if this is anything to go by.
Whew. Look at those Rumble and Brand scores.
Yep. Hey, game's not over yet. They're putting up a little bit of an effort here.
Yep. Baron
Rumble
still
ultimate
kicking.
completely deletes Aphelios in the backline. What was that?
Just feels so bad seeing them burn like that. They're hurting. Mundo can take it,
Yep.
but he's
The entirety of red side trying anything they can to stop this game from ending, and it won't matter. Taking them
Oh.
down, not a single person going down. Ikathia just made a statement.
22 kills to 1, roughly a 15.5k gold advantage.
That was the biggest stomp I've seen in Booze Bash history, I think.
It was a big one. That'll be tough to come back from, for sure. Let's look at the damage charts here at the end for you, you fantasy enjoyers, you MVP voters. Take a
Oh,
look at this
man.
information here.
And MF did more damage than the Brand or the Rumble. 20k damage Chase did.
Dang.
All right.
I think just with the draft, it's so like I don't see what Bilgewater can do. They have to really overperform to even fight the draft difference, and
Ooh.
they just didn't have the power.
Yep, completely agree with that. Completely agree with that. All right, so how do we recover from that if we're Bilgewater? What do we do? How do we reset our mental to come back into that strong?
Well,
I think a Rumble ban is necessary.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't prioritize the top lane bans. Top lane didn't seem like much of a factor from either side. I think we need to focus on the mid and the jungle.
yeah, I mean,
For sure.
it was tough. They drafted all the beefy front line at the start, and then they got a lovely Brand to deal with. So, yeah, I mean, definitely ban Rumble. MB Parker is known for it. He's got plenty of other champions he can perform on, but the Rumble is something special here in Booze Bash. You don't want to see it.
Yeah, want to get that out of there for sure. I will say the entirety of Ikathia played that game pretty well, so it'll be difficult to find a lot of avenues in if they play in that way again, but that doesn't mean Bilgewater's not going to try everything they can to get in on them. I'd like to see some draft adjustments like you were talking about. I also think it's important to just kind of shift that game off to the past. Hey, that one didn't happen. Don't worry. We're just gonna refocus, go into game 2, and we're gonna push this series to a game 3.
That's right. Game 1? What game 1? You had a bad dream. Wake up. It's time for draft.
And I think a game like that is easier to forget because there's not really like a big mistake that was made. It was just kind of, it was never really winnable from like the 4-minute mark. So you just readjust the drafting and go at it again. You don't spend too much time thinking about what went wrong because everything went wrong.
Kathy is still going to be on blue side here for game 2, it seems.
I think you ban the brand and you leave up some more of Milton's champions in the top lane. Ban brand, ban Rumble. Leave up Milton's stuff.
Sounds like a strategy. Hope no one's listening.
see.
Hee.
Does Bilgewater have the option to choose blue side?
Bilgewater gets to, I believe, choose because I think Akathia got game 1 choice, if I remember correctly.
If I was Bilgewater, I would try and take blue side and get that misfortune.
Remember, the misfortune wasn't even the first pick.
Right.
They had the chance to take the misfortune that game. They chose not to.
Yeah, exactly. She's a big deal. I mean, she's a picker band 80 carry on this patch. What else can you say? She's incredible.
Absolutely.
That's how it goes. You see her performing at Worlds. You see her here in Booze Bash. It's her turn.
That's how ADCs usually go. They're on kind of a rotation. One will be good, they'll nerf it, they'll buff another one. That one will be good, they'll nerf it, they'll buff another one. And around we go.
All right, well, I'd say we're ready for another draft here if the teams are ready.
Oh, yeah. Super, super pumped to get into this draft and see what Bilgewater does. Bilgewater is red side this draft, not blue side. So don't think the side is the problem for him there. They think it's a bit of a champion issue.
Yep. Let's get into the draft. Let's see what Bilgewater's gonna ban.
Oh, Milton with a little bit of trash talk there in the chat.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, about how it was boring?
Yeah.
I feel like that's just like
That's just top lane.
he was top lane.
That's
He
season
had
12 top lane.
He actually had 0 kill participation until the end,
Especially against
moments
a
before they
Mundo.
blew up the Nexus.
Yeah.
Mundo is just PvE simulator.
It was pretty funny. He was 0-0-0 for the longest time. Got 1 assist at the end.
I do not like the Yorick ban. I think Urgot might be okay as a ban, but Yorick is a waste of a ban, and they're making the same mistakes again.
See, I don't know. I think this is a confidence play. I think they're saying, nah, we fucked it up. We're just going to play better. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't think our bans are the issue. I think that we just didn't play that game like we should, and we're going to fix it. But the Rumble does get put in. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, last time they did ban Anivia, so something's clearly up with this Anivia. Must be Sav on it. People hate Anivia in Booze Bash
However,
and in general.
This MF is up. They have to take it here. Absolutely have to.
True. Booze plays every AD carry.
Yeah, I've seen Booze on MF. It's totally fine.
Booze plays them all.
I did play Clash with Booze yesterday. He had, I think, 3 MF games popped off in all of them, so he definitely knows the champion.
Oh, Xin Zhao coming back. I do not like this.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how it develops.
Especially blind pick.
Yeah, blind pick into a team that you don't know what it is. It's fine if you capitalize. There's
Hey,
the misfortune.
there
Yeah,
she
had to take the
is.
misfortune, for sure.
There she is. Alright, this one should be more interesting. We've got some better pieces here.
We should see AD and jungle picked here.
Yeah, they could hold off on support. That's fine. It would make sense. AD and jungle, yeah.
Yeah, I like AD jungle pick here quite a bit.
Soraka picked again.
I think the Soraka pick is because they think they'll ban it if they don't leave it up.
I think it would be a quality ban if she made it to ban phase 2, but
Yeah, exactly.
they snag her.
Soraka.
We'll see what's going to come in third here.
Soraka's kind of nice. I mean, she'll usually be in the line of fire, but she could, in theory, silence Misfortune, channeling her ult. But probably won't.
Soraka Sivir. Okay.
Oh, Sivir really got beat up by the nerfs. It's
Yes,
tough.
she did. So I will be interested to see how this goes.
But that was a huge source of comfort for Chase prior.
Ornn pickup going to the top lane here. I like Ornn as a option a lot more than I liked the Mundo last game. I think it fits well with this comp they've built so far.
I think if you go Ornn, you have to ban the Mordekaiser.
Yeah.
The Mordekaiser's really good into the Ornn, can
Yeah.
take a lot of stats, and tough for Misfortune and sends out to get away from Mortal. Instead, they go with the Elise.
What about what are some other junglers that MB Parker had played in the past? He's played some Viego? Had he played Trundle? If they've done their research, Trundle would be very, very concerning.
I am
Diana,
incredibly surprised by this Elise ban here. I don't think there's ever a world where you ban Elise when the enemy team has already picked a Nivea, Soraka, Sivir.
Yep.
Because it is very clear that they are wanting to scale.
I don't know what they're
As a
seeing
team?
with this Elise ban at all.
Yeah. So banning out this early game jungler in the form of the Elise is a head scratcher for sure.
Especially when you have Zen Zhao. I mean, Zen Zhao can hold his own against Elise.
Yeah. Diana,
Yeah.
another ban coming through. Parker does play a bit of Diana. I think the Diana ban is fine. I think I would have liked to see the Mordekaiser ban instead of the Elise ban.
Yeah, good call. They ban Yumi.
Always a good ban.
Yeah. Apparently something in Invader Paradox's repertoire.
I think if you have two thumbs, you can probably play Yumi.
That is what they say. That is what the word on the street is.
Nautilus ban as well coming through. Double target on that support.
Cool. Yumi can be kind of fun if you throw her on the Xin, and then she can channel her ult while he's ulting, and it's kind of tricky to deal with.
Looks like an Ashe support.
Ooh,
Double ADC bot lane.
pretty cool.
If they can survive the early game, the Ashe support is very impressive with her slows, her W, and her R.
Just don't try and R-Sivir.
You should be able to survive the early game against Sivir Soraka.
Right.
Not too worried about
Won't
that.
be an issue. We'll see what we go jungle on the blue side though. It's two immobile ADCs in the bot lane could be punished with a. And we go.
Hey,
with
there's that Trundle.
Yep, there is the Trundle. Trundle
Yeah.
very good into Ornn, of course. Pillar can be very disruptive for Ashe and Misfortune.
Right, that could be a Trundle top. I do know Milton does play Trundle in the top lane, so we'll see if they flex it.
You can also stop Xin Zhao dash with a well-placed Trundle.
Ooh, very
Killer.
nice, very nice. Yeah, so Ashe and Misfortune. Ashe support is a real nightmare once she starts to get a little bit of ability haste and
There's
points
a
to
fantastic
W.
pick
Yep, just
into
gonna
Ashe
abuse.
Misfortune.
that'll get him.
Yep.
That is the reason why I thought picking support, if you were going to pick the Ashe in that position, was pretty suspect. Because if you saw that Nocturne come through, you would never pick Ashe in this scenario.
Certainly, yep. We'll see what we can pick mid lane to fight off this Anivia. It's tough to punish Anivia. Again, an assassin pick would be great.
Although Nocturne should get 6 before the bot lane.
Vladimir is the pick.
Okay.
Wow.
Going with a scaling team comp with the Ornn, the Vladimir.
Ornn Vlad. Yeah,
We'll
which
see if
again,
Xin Zhao can protect everyone during the early game.
yeah, I almost would have liked to see, if you were going to do this route with the early game jungler, I think a J4 could have been nuts. J4 specifically with the crit Misfortune with the Ashe as well. That attack speed buff is really good late game as well, so he has a little bit of utility in the late game at least. Also, obviously, can always knock people up. Xin Zhao kind of falls off a little bit earlier than Jarvan does.
I think J4 would be a lot better blind than the Xin Zhao.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the thing of it is, one more Boom's champ pool is just
That's true.
very...
I'm suggesting J4 because Xinjiao and J4 are fairly similar in
Yeah,
their play pattern.
definitely would be worth some reps for one more Boom to give J4 a try. I also saw the Volibear last week. Volibear jungle's kind of nice if you're ever in the mood for dives. It can be very fun. Yeah, so we'll see. I'm interested in the Vlad. So this is really cool turtle on the Vlad. Vlad has quite the reputation. We'll see if it can be taken from him.
I think with proper play, Vladimir should never die to an Anivia lane, and he should be able to scale for free, but he will not be able to help very much in his side lanes, so it's going to be a matter of if that bot lane with the double ADCs can stay healthy in the first 10 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also important to note, Vlad not at all susceptible to Nocturne. So I think Vlad pickup's pretty good here if they could pilot it.
It's a little tricky for them to CC him, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So
One thing we might see come into play, if Soraka can get into Silence Field down before Vlad can pool, that is a situation where Vlad is very, very susceptible.
oh yeah. If he's in that silence, he's ripe for a Trundle Pillar.
Mm-hmm. Right for a Trundle Pillar and everything that comes with it.
Although you want to be
Yeah.
careful with the Trundle Pillar, you don't want to knock him out of the Soraka silence, but that thing's pretty big.
Right.
That thing's pretty big.
A lot of people say Soraka is an easy champion to play, but the silence is such a crucial skill ability. It really allows the skill expression, separates the good Sorakas from the not good Sorakas.
You gotta hold
Oh,
that
yeah.
thing for the right moment. You can really screw over a lot of champions.
Silencing and Misfortune ult could be absolutely pivotal in this game. We'll have to see.
You can silence the Ornn R2 as well.
Yep.
So
I think in theory she probably can't reach him, but Ornn gets pretty cavalier about his R channels sometimes. But yeah. Silence, very strong mechanic, not on many champions. Good stuff.
I have another silence question this time. If Xinjiao has ulted and you silence him, does he still not take damage from outside of his ult?
If he's already cast it,
Yeah.
it won't interrupt it. If it's
It won't interrupt it. Okay, perfect.
because it's not a channel, right?
Yeah, I think it's like a...
It's like a aura thing.
yeah, it's
Right.
like an area
Yeah.
effect around them.
Yeah.
So you'd have to silence before the ult happened.
Yeah, and then he just it's so awkward when you're in the heat of a chaotic team fight and like you don't always see the silence coming, but then it
Just
hits you.
pressing your buttons,
But
checking
then
your
it hits you and
keyboard.
you're like, "What the heck? I can't I can't do anything." I'm not CC'd. I just can't. It's not something you're used to dealing with because there's hardly any of it in the game.
Well, for me personally, being a silver 4 player, I just assume that I'm just terrible and I hit the button.
Looks like both teams are in the process of getting ready, and we will go to in-game draft here. All right. Game 2, Kathia Bilgewater. Who's taking it? We getting a sweep, or we getting a Game 3 series?
I think I like Bilgewater's chances better this time, but I think the Nocturne is going to be a problem. I have a strong feeling about that. So I think Akathia can swing it. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think Bilgewater did enough for me in the draft and banning phase to kind of influence me to go with them. So I think Kathia will maybe not do it as cleanly, but I don't think it will be too close of a game.
I'm just hoping it's not a stomp like last game. I think if we could see shades of Bilgewater from the past couple tournaments in this game for Bilgewater, they've got a chance. I do think the Misfortune Ultimates are going to be absolutely pivotal here by Booze. I think the Ash not dying is going to be also incredibly important.
I do think this game is on one more boom on the Jinzhou. You've got to play to your bot side. You've got a Vlad mid scaling up and Ornn top scaling up. The solo lanes they should be chilling in theory.
Yep, definitely.
And not only do you have to play to your bot side, you have to play to your bot side early. You have to play to your bot side often. Ash is incredible at setting up ganks with the slowing arrows, especially paired with Misfortune. Misfortune just has to throw the E out, and then Ash can infinitely slow them while Xin Zhao comes in. So he has to be present in this bot lane if they want a chance to stay.
Yeah, I expect both junglers to clear down again this game.
Yeah. Ash support can be very suffocating. She can also be very vulnerable, so we may see some 3v3s pop out. We saw a bit of that in the first game.
Right.
Some lane gank attempts.
Certainly. I do think if Bilgewater can make it past the 12-minute mark relatively even with Akathia, I think we'll have a good game on our hands.
Looks like Akathia is spelling something here. They've got a couple O's and a Z.
Is the greatest enemy.
That's Yi. Use? What happened to the B?
I am forsaken.
I think they messed up.
I think they're trolling us. I don't think they're spelling anything.
Learn from these.
Where's Nicolas Cage? You need to decipher this.
It actually spells the location of the Declaration of Independence.
Oh snap. Yep, so we'll see how it goes for Miss Soraka here in Sivir this time if they've I mean Sivir's really hurting.
Yeah.
She used to after the changes before the nerfs, she was rocking like 53% win rate, S tier. Pick her ban.
And then the nerfs came.
Then they bopped her. She was pick her ban in Booze Bash, pick her ban in playoffs.
I think a lot of this game is going to come down to this Vladimir as well.
Yep.
I think if Vladimir dies in the lane, it's over for them.
Yep. He's got to farm real well, get to his power spikes. Usually goes Rocket Belt, right?
If I'm Xin Zhao, I'm saying take Raptors when they're up, take Wolves when they're up. Let's get you scaled.
That's the move. That is the move. Let's get going. This Sat. I'm interested to see Sav here on the Anivia. We saw it banned last game, and if I remember correctly, I think it was also banned the previous week.
Yep, I played against this team in our week 1, and we prioritized the Anivia ban. I think he has something like a 71% win rate this season in solo queue on Anivia, and it's just a great champion for clearing waves, roaming, great setup with the wall. I mean, just a really good control mage champion.
Yep. Yeah, people don't like Anivia. I can see why.
And it's just not fun to play against. Can't really punish an Anivia. And even when you do, she has her egg, and then her jungler's there to protect the egg, so...
True. Yeah, I've a big Anivia player who commonly gets it banned out against him is the Wrath of Pingu, of course. And I've spectated some of his solo queue games where he takes the nastiest heavy trades against his opponents and ignites them at the tail end of it, goes into his egg, and they go down easily.
I hate to see it.
She's got nasty combos and electrocute. And, ugh. Hurts. I would not want to mess with her.
Not at all. All right, we're to prediction time here, gentlemen. Who's getting first blood? Who's getting first blooded?
Oh, snap.
Well, this one's tricky. But I think I'm going to go with Mr. Parker on the Nocturne. He's going to get a kill on the Misfortune.
I think Parker's getting the kill too. That definitely happened last game. I don't see it changing. Yeah, I mean, I think a brawl's gonna break out bot, and he'll be able to come out on top. And yeah, I think Misfortune will be the.
All right, you two stealing
victim.
my picks from last time.
I agree.
I get it. I understand. I think this time.
Because Ash will kite him. Misfortune will
Right.
die.
That's correct. Yep. I actually completely agree. I think it's a Nocturne on a Misfortune every single time. So it doesn't look like our standings will be changing this time around.
I will say though, pre-6, it is tough for Nocturne to get to Misfortune with her E up, Ash's
Absolutely.
W up. It is tough for even with his Q.
You
Speed
know what?
Up.
I'm gonna change my prediction. I think it's gonna be Misfortune getting a kill on Soraka.
Oh,
I think Adelphi is gonna position up in lane like she was doing last game, without realizing that this slow chain is gonna happen.
Oh yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think Adelphi will
everyone's
position
guilty
in the
of
same
it.
way she did against the last lane.
Everyone's guilty of this. You've got to be behind minions 24/7 against Ash. She's such a. Ugh, hate it.
Oh no, and what I'm saying, like positioning up last lane was great. She played that super good into the
Oh,
Tom
yeah.
Kench. But the recognition of realizing that this is a completely different game with completely different champions, I'll be interested to see if she can adjust and play a little bit more back.
Yeah. Ash is nasty. She hits 1W. She usually takes approach velocity. She's coming at you.
Yep. And I believe approach velocity was changed where Misfortune will also get the approach velocity procced upon Ash's slows as well. So it is good synergy.
That's crazy. All right, game 2. We're getting into it. The delay has passed. Let's go.
This is more exciting than any Worlds games that have happened the last week. Akathia versus Bilgewater. Game 2. We're coming in. Got no pajama skins this time around.
Best of 5.
Promise?
Best of 5 tiebreakers. We've got best of 3s. There's no comparison. This is better.
Integrating dangerous alien technology.
What the
Again,
heck?
I don't think it's much of a level 1 invade from either team. I think we're going to see another 5-point.
Yep, for sure.
What
Makoto,
was-
okay, you make a good point. No, I didn't watch RNG versus DRX. That's on my watch list, okay? It hasn't happened yet.
Nocturne way up in lane.
Junglers hanging out
Trying to
mid.
scout people.
Now, do we think this game is going to be a more relaxed early game since this Nocturne doesn't really have as much pressure as that Rumble early?
I don't know. Nocturne's ganks aren't the best before 6, but he can do them. He gets his movement speed on his little trail.
Yeah.
He can flash behind people and fear them.
If he gets behind, it's tough to get away from with his fear. You can't really escape his fear when he's behind you. So if he can get a good flank, I think it's still viable pre-6.
Very
But
interested to see.
But for the most part, at least in solo queue, I like to full clear and just try and get 6 as fast as possible.
Avi's doing the cheesy orange stuff. Look at this start.
They lane swap.
Yep, we're seeing Ornn in the mid lane. I don't know if the Trundle can really punish the Vladimir top, so this might be a good switch.
No, Trundle can't do a thing to Vladimir top if Vladimir's played optimally. If Trundle gets on top of the Vladimir prior to Vladimir getting pulled, he absolutely can. But
Ooh. Hate to see bone plating on Soraka here against an Ashe Misfortune. Hate to see that.
You can tell that Milton is not comfortable with the Trundle. The Trundle should not be allowing level 2 advantage to the Vladimir. He's the best
Cassidy,
level
I
1
don't
player
think.
in the game.
Correct. Yeah, I don't think that Ornn does anything to Anivia. However, I think that Trundle also doesn't do anything to Vladimir.
Yeah, the
so
Ornn-
it's kind of just a trade-off.
The Ornn took Aftershock, not Grasp. Very interesting. Second wind.
I don't like that at all. But I guess it would be tough if you planned on going against the the Anivia, it's going to be tough to get grass procs, so...
They clearly did plan this.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about, Cassie. I think the trade-off was they want the Vlad to be stronger than the Ornn.
Zin's coming down.
Yep, going for an early gank here. They are low, and Sivir is pathing in a weird direction there. Has to flash away. Xin Zhao flashes on top.
Huge.
The slow comes in from the Ashe. The knockup comes through for the Xin Zhao. A first blood from Xin Zhao. That's exactly what we want to see as he takes down the Sivir.
I think you might want to speed up a bit.
Lever
That was
has
huge.
been doing his research, called it once again.
Yo. You love to see that from One More Boom. Really hasn't gotten the good jungle things done in these series to date, and gets off first blood with a powerful gank.
And that's what you need to do. That's exactly what Bilgewater needed to happen.
Yep.
Looks like Nocturne's trying for maybe a topside gank here on a Vlad, but Vlad, pretty hard to gank as a champion. Also has the ghost to get away.
Yep.
Oh, Ornn just dashed in.
Yeah.
Maybe Nocturne could come down there after.
Ornn does have mana issues early.
Once he buys himself a tier in this mid lane, he won't have a problem. Trundle Pillar coming through. There is the Vlad pool. We'll see. It was a little bit early, in my opinion. The flash does have to come through there. Ghost still available. I think if he waited to pool the fear rather than pulling away from the pillar.
I think
Right.
Ghost might have been a better cooldown to use there.
Could have been. Could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Anivia very low.
Yeah.
Avi tried to go in here, but there is Parker behind. He gets the flash over, but Avi flashes over the wall, walks away. He's happy with that one.
Yeah.
True.
He was never going to kill the Anivia there.
No, Anivia blew
yeah,
Flash Ignite. The jungler blew Flash. And all it took was one flash from Avi. Oh,
It's a little
Xin Zhao
awkward,
coming
though.
into the mid lane now. Gonna proc the Anivia passive.
Flash.
Unfortunately, the Nocturne is still here. No mana on the Ornn. They will be able to take the Anivia down. Ornn in the backline dying as well.
Ooh.
But Envy Parker gonna have to get away. It doesn't look like he's gonna be able to. Xin Zhao gets the last auto. Double kill in the jungle. That's a start from One More Boom. 3-0.
Halo Blades. That is some scrapping.
Yep, very, very well played there. Exactly what we wanted to see. Impact the map early on that Xin Zhao.
Crashes the wave too. Dang. Huge, huge, huge plays.
Yep, and now we're going to see what they try to do next. This bot lane, double 80 carry bot lane, is doing well in keeping the Sivir off of farm.
Yep.
About a 15 farm deficit there.
Yeah, they should basically keep them pushed in, keep the tri-brush vision controlled, and never let go of the gas pedal until Nocturne reaches 6.
Ashe just does so much base damage. It's crazy.
Yeah, she's a nuisance. I don't
Xin
like.
Zhao here in the bot side again.
I don't really like the tier though.
Yeah,
Well, no, Manamune's
he's
fine.
he's spamming the W. He might go man immune with Umbral Glaive and some other fun stuff.
Yep.
I know Andrew is a big fan of Ghost Blade, Ashe.
Alright, Nocturne's working towards 6. Any minute now.
Trundle staying even in farm here in the top lane for the time being.
Yep, has TP planned in the back.
Nocturne's going to take the Scuttle Crab. He will have 6 once he kills it.
Nice.
Xin Zhao looking for a mid lane situation here, going onto the Anivia. Anivia has no passive here, is susceptible. The wall comes through. Avi ulting. The Nocturne ultimate comes through though, and Avi's gonna go down under tower, but he does get the kill onto the Anivia, trading 1 for 1.
One, she's going to lose another big wave down mid lane.
Yep.
I would say worth it for Ornn to die there.
Yep.
Also, something that's very, very interesting with this Ornn, he's up in CS by quite a bit, but also Ornn can break Anivia wall with his charge. So I'm interested to see if that's going to come in at a later time.
That was ballsy to go under turret like that to complete the rest of it, but Avi saw the kill and it happened. I bet that aftershock helped quite a bit.
Oh yeah, he got it done. He also went Merc Treads first, great into an Anivia lane.
Oh,
Another important factor there is the Nocturne ult is on cooldown. They do not get to punish the ADC WAC bot lane for a while.
yep.
Yeah, very, very true. Dragon is warded up here for red side. They're going to know if anything's going on there. Ornn really bullying the Anivia off of this farm.
Yep, she doesn't have her passive, and now she's got to pay. Bot gets another wave in. Oh, high noon Ash, what a good selection.
Now we once again
Ooh,
relax.
that's a
Looks like
spooky-
Anivia. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Xin Zhao gets the engage off on the Anivia.
No
Anivia
passive.
stun misses. The wall does land though. Gonna be able to walk away here, but got Avi. But ooh, the flash comes in, misses the W, and is
He needs the
going.
hit.
Ooh, the ultimate necessary there not to die. He will walk away, getting the ignite. That W hits. That's a dead bird.
Yeah. You're really playing with fire when you hit some of these wards sometimes.
Nivea now a little safer, has her passive back up. She doesn't want to reset here because she's already down in farm, but this is a tough lane for her right now.
Oh yeah.
Xin Zhao gonna get onto the dragon here, I'd imagine. Looks like he's not going to. Taking the ward instead. Probably gonna walk up there. Herald does go down in MV Parker's favor there on the top side.
Yep.
Nocturne going with the reset with Herald. Not going to have any bot side camps to come to.
Oh, looks like
No.
Xin Zhao is on the Krugs in the bot side. Is gonna go in on this Sivir, who has to flash away. Ooh, the ultimate from Ashe gets blocked. Will it be enough? Gonna take him down, but trade 1-for-1, and Nocturne's coming back on the backside here. Flash away from Ashe, getting out of the fear range will get them away. But a 1-for... Oh, Ornn coming over the wall here.
Oh my god,
Trying
Orange
to
joined.
set something up.
Giga Chad Ornn comes through.
He does have his
Ornn
ult.
ultimate also comes through, hitting the Soraka there. Soraka in between a rock and a hard place there. Going down to this Nocturne now susceptible. They might try to dive him. We'll see if they can set it up. They have a wave coming in now. The dive does come through. The MF ultimate does come through. Flash out from the Nocturne, but it will not be enough. They're all gonna walk away from this one. Ornn,
Calculated.
he's backing in a bush. He's gonna die to Sivir.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Terrible place to back from Avi, knowing the ADC's coming back in a lane. But hey,
Calculated,
that's still a
and it wasn't
positive play.
calculated.
That was so
Positive
nice,
play
but
for Red Side.
crucially, Chase Under Tower got that kill from the Ornn on the ward and got the shutdown, the big 300 gold shutdown on one more boom.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
And
going to really
Nivea
help out the Sivir.
roaming up here on the top side of the map. The stun does come out before the pool happens.
Pool's here,
Pool
but
gonna
there's
get away with the ghost as well. There is has to flash, blows both summoner spells, but is able to get away.
no
I
mana.
don't know about the wall placement there, but I think with Flash, Vlad still gets out.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I also don't know. Avi TP'd top side there as well, unless he's gonna try to take this lane over, which he might. Oh, Xin Zhao going in the mid lane here into Nocturne. Nocturne 2 levels up on the Xin Zhao, but Xin Zhao still just chunking him out.
Manages
Still
to get the
gets
fear.
knockup, even with the spell shield. Must have timed it perfectly.
Mm. Yeah, so that Sivir did get a bit, but she's down quite a lot in CS.
Yeah, it's not going to help out our lane. The issue with the lane is the Ashe and the MFE. She really still can't do anything, even with that shutdown gold.
Yep.
Well, we can certainly say Bilgewater came back into this series. They are
I like
playing their
that they
hearts
bounced
out this
back
game.
the way they did.
Yeah,
Really
exactly.
good on them.
They're playing super solidly, and hopefully that will continue. Xin Zhao going in on the Trundle in the mid lane here. Not going to get much out of it.
Yeah, I
Nivea
really,
joined the Ornn.
I really like the way that Avi's been
Oh.
playing with one more boom.
Yeah, no, I think Avi is playing phenomenally this game. Being up in farm against an Anivia as an Ornn is incredible.
He's died a couple times, but he's died for a cause each and every time.
Misfortune with the Kraken Slayer. Nocturne does have ult up. Xin Zhao is here to hover.
Looks like it's going to be a 3v3 in the bot lane. The flash away from MF immediately. The MF ult coming through. The Nocturne is taking too much damage, but the Soraka ultimate comes through, giving him the health he needs. The Flea comes through as well. Xin Zhao going to need to ult to walk away from this situation, and it's going to be a 0-for-0 there in the bot lane. Just a lot of cooldowns blown.
It's good on him to be there, right? He knew that Nocturne is looking for his bot lane, just hovering, making sure they're okay. That was
Huge.
a good play from Bilgewater.
Very smart. Yeah, that Nocturne really went into a lot of heat, but the Soraka ult paid off.
Yeah, Soraka ult was very, very important in that fight.
Then they were able to disengage the Xin. The other 80 carries were too far off.
One thing the Sivir has going for her is she has a really good wave clear as she starts to get items, so she should be relatively safe under tower.
Yep. If there is a tower. Maybe they'll get one more plate here.
Yeah, I think this lane swap was such an intelligent play from Bilgewater at the beginning of the game there. Especially if Avi was going to play it in that kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have gotten advantages in a lane that they had no business getting advantages in. And look at Avi going for a solo kill. The flash from the Anivia, but he might pay for it. Nocturne coming up into the top side of the map here.
Yeah?
Ornn is tanky, though. Ornn's a tanky boy. The Unstoppable a little bit before the Flea. Gonna flash, gonna E, gonna hopefully walk away from the situation. Good escape there from Avi.
Hover. He has ult up in about in a few seconds. He's a stop.
He's
back
going
here.
back in to stop the back. Yep.
Yep. Should be a dead Ornn.
We'll see if he commits to
It
it.
is up.
I feel like
he hit the E, but it didn't stop the back because of the timing on it.
And Anivia couldn't get the wave pushed in quick enough. He'll lose a wave, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Ornn likes to get his levels, so...
Mm-hmm. This
Xin Zhao
lad's
coming up toward the top side of the map. He sees this Nocturne sitting up here trying to just whittle this turret down. The ultimate does come through from the Nocturne. He will engage onto the Xin Zhao, but the Xin Zhao does too much damage. Ooh, the Flea. Very, very good there from the Nocturne.
very creative escape there, using the ultimate to guarantee the fear before getting jumped on.
Dragon about to be up on the bot side of the map. We see both supports around there trying to get that vision placed.
This Vlad's doing okay, has a lot of nice items, free boots, farming fairly well.
Yep, we'll see Vlad come online in one of these team fights here soon, and it's just gonna blow our minds.
Yeah, it's scary.
But until that happens, the Dragon is the point of contention right now. Red side has the setup for it. Nocturne on a back as well. Looks like they're going to give it up.
Yep, Nocturne no ult. Trundle's going to take advantage of this time by smacking the mid turret really hard.
Yep,
Which
should be gone. Going demolish.
Yeah, Trundle eats turrets. They're nothing.
And that's
Ultimate coming out of Ash. They're trying to catch the Trundle in the river, which will happen. They're collapsing right now. There is an Ornn ultimate as well. Gets it slow, gets the knockup. Gonna try to give it to Vladimir, but the flash away, and the ultimate from Soraka. Gonna keep the Trundle alive. Great escape there from Milton.
Man, the Xin Zhao should have stayed across the wall and waited for the flash.
Right. Nice arrow, though. You saw him go over the ward.
Yeah, no, really, really good arrow. Heads up arrow from the support. Unfortunately, not able to capitalize on it. And blowing 2 ultimates.
Ash support's so funny. Once she gets her Ionian boots and Kindle Gem or Mythic with ability haste, that R cooldown, non-existent.
Yep.
It's
And
great.
the W, you got W on 2 seconds, R on like 20 seconds. It's tough to deal with.
The battle of the gods continues here in the top lane. Ornn into Anivia, but they're going to rotate down for the Herald. Red side seeming to take pretty much every objective they can.
Looks like Soraka got nailed by an Ash arrow.
Hot shot. Collateral damage on the Soraka.
Didn't do much, but it's really annoying when you get hit by those. The greater the distance, the longer the stun. Sometimes she just shoots them into the fountain. Because you'll be rooted there for like, I don't know, solid 8.
Xin Zhao coming in on a dancing trundle in the mid lane. Exhaust gonna come down, gonna have to flash away. Is the Xin Zhao gonna go down immediately to MV Parker, and they're gonna try to push this advantage. Vlad pulls away, but he is going in with a lot of damage. MFL does nothing here. Vladimir trying to take down the Nocturne, will not be able to with the Soraka heal, and they're all gonna walk away from that. A 1-for-0, but Orin coming in, trying to hit the ultimate, does not get it as the flash from the Soraka is clutch. Blue team walking away from this one scot-free, 1 kill down.
Dang. That MF ult actually would have been really nice. It would have blown up the Nocturne had he not flashed away from the Vlad, actually.
Sivir is pushing by herself, getting the full bot wave in, trying to catch up on farm.
Nice. They really blew a lot of resources. They got the tier 1, but they didn't get any kills, which they really wanted.
Yep. That Soraka ultimate was very, very good once again by Adelphi.
Yup. Moonstone.
Xin Zhao did invest his flash as well, which he really starts to need late game to get onto people.
Yeah.
Rift Herald coming in on the top side of the map.
Garen
There
Jesus
is
taking a
TP going
beating.
Oh my gosh, that Anivia ult did so much damage. That's a 1v2 from Sav in the top lane.
The bird's revenge is served cold.
This lead was cut from 4K to about 700 gold now.
And they've got to be careful. There's a lot of scaling on the other side as well with this Anivia and this Sivir.
The Andrews made all the difference, as it should. They were burning. They were getting frostbitten. Yeah, so Bilgewater really wants to stack up the Drakes. Continue on that. They've got this next one here. Oh, they actually stole that scuttle. The Kathia did. That's huge.
Yeah, looks like a completely different game than it did just a couple of minutes ago. Blue side now the ones invading into the enemy jungle, taking away the camps, taking away the vision.
Yeah, the Sivir's gotten a little money in her pocket. The Anivia is coming back on.
Ultimate coming in here from Nocturne onto the Xin Zhao. The Xin Zhao is caught out. The Xin Zhao will go down here. MV Parker with a really good catch there onto the enemy jungler.
Very nice. Trundle was sprinting in to help there, but he was hardly needed. They picked off the jungler.
Like
They're going to Baron. It looks like.
They're going to Baron right now.
I don't know if they have
started it
yet.
They could have stopped the dragon stacking if they wanted, but here they are on
Maybe
Baron.
ult does do a lot of damage.
And red side's pathing bot side. We do have the Hawkeye coming over to see. All right, they know they're on it now.
Miss
And they
Fortune's going to try
immediately
attempt to
Miss
steal.
Fortune's going to get the R.
They see her though.
They can get there in time.
There's the ultimate from Miss Fortune, but the wall from Anivia
Cancels.
stops the ultimate in its tracks. Great wall from Sav there, and Ornn is in trouble now. Ultimate from Ashe coming through, gonna try to stop him. They're gonna peel off of it, but that's a Baron for blue side, a total game swing, and wow, Sav is really on fire.
Okay. Can Bilgewater sprint down to Dragon? I think they can. They've made them scared enough on their backs.
They should burn it quite a bit, pretty fast.
It was a nice try to... Oh! Here,
Hobby
Jesus
going in here on the top side. He's taking a lot of beating for it.
gets rooted
He
in
will
the
not
Soraka
go
sounds.
down, but the stun onto MF comes through from Sav. Look at that Leandry's burn. Nocturne going into the middle lane here, into this Ashe. This Ashe has exhaust, but it won't be enough as they go down. Evie Parker on a killing spree. The Dragon is being taken currently by red side, and blue side is on their way. They're going to try to steal this one. The flash in from the Trundle.
Snap.
The ultimate onto the Vladimir immediately. We're going to see the smite come in from Xin Zhao, is able to secure the Dragon. They've still got the soul wind condition online. That was absolutely pivotal.
What the heck was Ashe support doing mid lane all by herself? Should have been with the team on the Dragon.
Especially when there's a Nocturne on the map.
That was a tough one, but at least, hey, they secured the Dragon. They're pushing with Baron.
I don't know if if Mountain Soul will be able to stop the bleeding, but it is something. So they do have that in about 4 minutes to go for.
Yeah, I think this Vladimir is really what we have to lean on at this point. Ornn is going to pass out these Ornn items here fairly shortly. Level 13 right now.
I know nothing what the Night Harvester upgrade is, but I'm sure it's amazing for Vlad because it has all the stats he wants.
Ash getting caught out there a bit, has to flash away. The ultimate comes through from the Ornn, but unable to hit the R2. A double stun from Sav. With going in is the Nocturne as well. They're taking him down. Another great wall from Sav there. That is a slaughter for blue side. Ooh. Ash is still alive in the back line. Gonna be able to walk away, but wow, blue side really pushing their advantage here.
The really nice thing about these Soraka ults after
Parker's caught. Parker's caught
in
the base.
He's
gonna get shut down by the Ash.
Yeah, he can't get out. The really nice thing about these Soraka ults after getting Moonstone is you can engage in combat.
Oh, the Trundle going on the Vlad. He got the solo kill with the ultimate Milton Fudge Cast showing off.
I was thinking there.
The action never ends.
Trundle will 1v1 you at any point in the game. Don't even try it.
I think they've got to give up on this tier 3. Yeah, this is risky business here.
A flash from the Xin Zhao trying to catch the Soraka, but the Soraka answers with the flash immediately.
Ooh, that was a pricey loss there.
Ash Arrow goes down mid. Let's see if it hits the Nocturne. It does not.
Yep, I tell you, the Ash supports, they shoot those down the center into the fountain. They do it.
Sitting on about a 30-second cooldown right now.
Yep. So funny.
Now, red side's win condition this game has to be this Drake alongside Ornn upgrading this Vlad and upgrading this MF. However, they have a pretty fed Anivia, a well-farmed Sivir on the other side, and a Soraka to contend with. So it's going to be interesting.
All right, they just need to try and push waves out and play for a team fight for Elder at this point.
Ash Arrow goes wide on Vlad there. Top Sivir was trying to bully him a bit.
Anivia is kind of caught here in the jungle. Xin Zhao gonna get onto the Anivia. Anivia gonna try to flash over the wall to escape there. Sivir walking down. Sivir might get caught here as well if she tries to engage, and she does. The ultimate does come in from MV Parker and will take out the jungler. The MF ultimate comes through, but the wall once again cancels. It has to flash over. A TP coming in onto the control ward. They're gonna try to get something with the Trundle pillar. Excellent pillar, but gets exhausted. Doesn't matter. Nocturne going in, getting another kill. That's 3 down for red side. They're still fighting in the jungle, and that is a huge secure as they can push into the enemy base.
Sheesh. I noticed something very unfortunate for poor Xin. Was up on that 4-1 start in the beginning, but appears to have stopped farming at some point. No, very little CS, no Wit's End that we were... No, that was the last game, but no second item.
Nocturne ultimate onto the Ash going into the base. The ultimate does come out from Ash, but it will not be enough. Ash getting taken down by the Nocturne, and Garen caught in the top side here. Avi gonna be able to walk away no problem, but he is gonna try the ultimate. Hits the Nocturne, but the Soraka has heals. That's not gonna do much. He's getting caught. He's going back into the team. He's gonna get stunned up. He's gonna get silenced. He's gonna get rooted. He's gonna go down. Red team flashing in. Vladimir trying to make a play. The pillar comes through. Xin Zhao in the backline getting blown up by the Anivia. The Misfortune is critting on the Anivia. Anivia passive is proc. That'll be a dead bird. Getting two back with the Soraka and Anivia. Yeah,
and
the big shutdown.
And the kill to Vlad from the Soraka. What an action-packed sequence there, but...
And maybe they can get vision around the dragon, go for the soul.
I love to see Milton getting in on the action here on this Trundle. This Trundle's been terrifying in team fights.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Thank you so much, TerraCode, for your Prime subscription. We really appreciate it here at the desk.
Big. These fights are crazy. A really good Soraka ult there too, but unfortunately she went down to the Vlad.
Ash takes the Scuttle Crab.
Heck yeah.
Can they fight for this? Can they burn it down? Can we get a steal from the Nocturne?
MV Parker's been so huge on this lethality Nocturne, of all things.
Oh yeah, we will see how it
He's that
goes.
control ward.
This is incredibly important. They have to get this dragon to have a chance in this game. The Nocturne ultimate comes down. Nocturne in the pit. He's going to try to get the steal. They steal it
Trundle.
with the Trundle from blue side, but there's still a fight going on.
Oh.
And they're losing that fight. Red side has a chance here. They have a chance to turn it around. The Ornn ultimate does come through. The Soraka goes down. That's 4 dead on the side of blue.
Oh, they got to go fix their base.
Yep, they got to fix their base. They got to get Baron. Two win conditions here.
I think Ornn can go take care of the base, and they can burn Baron. But they don't have the damage. They won't be able to do this.
No.
Not with the two of them, not with Anivia coming up, and this might be the throw of the century. They're going to back off. They're going to back off, but Anivia is coming for this. Ash won't be able to catch up in time.
Ooh, Ornn is hammering out an upgrade for Mr. Vlad there. It is the Vesper Tide.
Oh, the Anivia does catch in the top lane. The Zonias comes through, and that's a dead ADC for Bilgewater.
That's one of Anivia's other really nasty tricks, throwing down the ult, letting them burn in it, and going into stasis.
Yeah, Sav on this Anivia was struggling in the early game, but has really shown up here in the mid stages.
So, Baron's up, and they just picked off the Misfortune, who was relatively fed. She hit her 3-item spike. They're at least around. They
I
get
do
spotted.
think they could safely force it, but they don't want to coin flip it, it looks like.
Want to at least kind of peek in the jungle a little bit.
Yep,
It's
they
so
know they're all there.
Ash support maxes that E second. It's hilarious.
They're going to start burning it now.
Yep, they're going to go on to it right now. This is going to be a fight that could decide the game. Ash Arrow comes in, the ultimate from, or rather the spell shield from Nocturne blocks that off immediately. This Baron is going down. 4,000
Ooh.
HP now. They're going to have to get over the wall. The Nocturne ultimate comes in, Ornn ultimate comes in. They did get the Baron Nashor. Ornn misses his R2, and Nocturne is coming in on the Vladimir. He didn't want that.
No.
He has to flash away, but look at the Anivia ult. Look at the Anivia damage. The MF ult doesn't do enough through the Soraka heal, and blue side is popping off as they're going in for these final 2 kills. They're trying it. If they get these 2 kills, the game is over, and they know it. They get one of them. Ash running away, getting into the base. Supers in the base with a Baron Nashor. What does that mean, gentlemen? I think that means that we've got a Kathia too.
Yeah, Ash cannot defend. They had the early game momentum, but they couldn't keep it steady. It was a nice try.
It was a good bounce back from game 1. This was a solid game. It went back and forth. Really entertaining.
I think nobody likes to go down 0-2 in games and in matches for the weeks, but I think they can feel better about that game. I saw a lot of positive signs of hope for their team.
Absolutely. Yep, I think that game was a great showing for them. I think it even could have been changed if they got that dragon and that steal didn't happen. Having Mountain Soul for that Baron fight could have made a difference.
All right, Cathian 2, though, is what it is.
Yep, fantastic game 2 there. Really well played by both sides. Happy I got to cast that one. Whew, let's get some captains in
Those
here,
were
huh?
some action-packed sequences where, yeah, it just kept going in multiple locations. Very
Yeah, Slim,
extended fights.
I took a drink of water and had to like choke it down my throat so
Oh,
I could
no.
finish doing one of those sequences because it was so long.
Did it go down the wrong pipe?
Yep, it was great.
But you
I
soldiered
powered through it.
You
It was fun.
soldiered on through.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So
That was
as
a-
the casters, what do you guys think for MVP for this match?
Ooh.
well, I tend to not like to poison the water, the water, so to speak. But I mean, I think MB Parker performed. We saw Sav perform very well.
Yeah, I think Akathia just had really good all-around synergy from their whole team. It's going to be tough to pick an MVP this week.
Yeah.
Definitely really, really good there on the side of Akathia. I think I would give it to Sav personally. I think he played incredibly well both games, even with struggling in the beginning of game 2. He had some crucial stuns and ultimates there in the second game.
I'd be torn between mid and jungle, but I mean, the other roles all did very well themselves. It was just kind of the star power was with jungle and mid. Very strong roles.
Yeah, for
Love
sure.
to see
Hey,
it.
Thank you so much to Bella for the Prime Gaming sub. We're just racking them in today.
Can we get the captains in here? I see Chase has entered the chat. Hello.
Hello.
And congrats. Congrats on Acathia in 2.
Kathy and 2.
Those are
And
some
there's our turtle.
very neat games.
Yeah,
Welcome Turtle, the raddest turtle perhaps?
I am. Well, I'm one of them. What's up?
All right.
Oh, nothing much. Had a good game. Had a good series there. Obviously, game 1. I don't think any of us want to talk about game 1. I think we all know what happened there.
Yeah, we do know what happened there. Our fucking support didn't buy a support item, and then it lost us the entire game.
Oh my! Wait, you're
And we're
joking
all
me.
so.
Didn't notice that.
Wait, you're actually joking me. I literally did not pick up on
Notice
that.
that. Nope.
I was in the
Okay,
game
like,
and didn't notice that.
This is all your fault.
Well,
Oh,
one question I have for
man.
you, Turtle, is after game 1, how did you guys rally? I mean, that was a really good performance. Game 2, a great turnaround. What was it like in between games?
I mean, to be honest, I drafted my team specifically for vibes because I knew that none of these people would get mad if we lost a game. So
Nice.
we were all just like, yeah, let's move on to game 2. I'd love to.
Good stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, game 1 was something that I'm not going to talk about. But game 2, we were like, you know what? I think Avi mid would be cool. I think that I did not realize that Vladimir was a counter into Trundle until we looked it up and realized that it was like literally the highest win
it's
rate
one
in
of
the Trundle.
Trundle's worst matchups
Yeah.
for sure.
And I didn't really get to pop off on Vladimir like I was hoping I would be able to, but I didn't do poorly, which I'm happy about. So it was fun. Obviously, we still lost, but I think that that's because this game is bullshit, actually. No, I'm kidding. You guys did amazing.
Hey, no, fair enough, honestly. Hey, quick shout out to Adelphi. Thank you for subscribing with Prime Gaming. And I'm going to move it on to a question for you, Chase. You had 2 subs coming into this series. How did you feel coming in, and how did it adjust your game plan?
Well, I mean, they left Rumble up game 1, and you can't let Parker have Rumble. If Parker's in the game, no matter what role he's gonna be in, you have to ban Rumble.
Yeah, we
And
learned that the hard way.
so that was just that game plan just shaped out pretty immediately. But honestly, I just said with 2 subs, I was like, let's just pick what you want. You know, Adelphi's really good at Soraka, so I was just like, let's slam Soraka. And then yeah, and then they gave Sav his Anivia. I never thought he'd get to play it, but the Milton was pretty frustrated that he got double banned both games. But you know, it opened up Sav's Anivia, and he did work on it. So
I will say, I think the Ornn swap was super intelligent. I know we just talked about that, but it really Ornn has a bad matchup in Anivia, but Avi played that lane really well.
Oh yeah, no, that one's all credit to Avi. That was his idea. I was originally gonna just do something weird in the top lane, and then we were like, you know what? Maybe Vladimir. Who cares? And he was like, I can play Ornn mid, and it totally worked out.
Yeah.
we actually considered that Turtle might be playing Ornn top. We weren't expecting Ornn mid, but we were kind of like expecting that they could have swapped. Swapped the roles.
Like Avi into mid and Turtle top. Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
I definitely will say this is not the series to be like trying out mid lane because oh my god, all the mid laners are amazing.
No, yeah, the mid lane pool in this Booze Bash is very strong.
It was very nice to be able to play top lane a little bit because I miss it, even playing Vladimir.
Yeah. Hey,
Also,
maybe you'll get back in the top lane at some point. I've seen Avi play mid laners.
Oh yeah, for sure. I want to give a shout out to Adelphi because Avi, for the first time I legitimately have seen Avi mad was not being able to get a single ult off because Adelphi every time silenced him before he could recast it.
There you go.
Yep. No, we called that out in Champ Select. And
Yeah.
Adelphi played it super, super well. Adelphi, I know you're going to rewatch this, all right? I said specifically, I want to see her not position up and recognize that it's an Ashe, and you didn't do it. And I'm so proud of you for not doing that. Good stuff.
Yeah, really well played. And Soraka is so tough to deal with the healing. The Vladimir got fed, but he just couldn't burst anyone down because Soraka's on the back line spamming W and
Yeah.
R.
That's I felt that one pretty
Yeah,
hard.
a lot of
in
those.
that I
a
every
lot-
time they got
yeah.
healed, and then Trundle and Nocturne just got
a
me.
lot of those big chunky heal ultimates happened in the later stages of the game after Moonstone had gotten a while to proc. So yeah, that makes the ult extra huge when it comes through. Sometimes they're pressured to press it immediately, which is not nearly as good, but kind of baited them into fighting some more. It's really hard to deal with.
Right, and no grievous wounds on Bilgewater's team. It's a tough combination.
Yeah.
But hey, I think you could feel pretty good about the second game. I'd say I was really happy to see one more boom perform in the early game on the Xinjiao.
Yeah, I'm
was
really
pretty
happy that
exciting.
he got his moment to shine. Like, because he finally got, like, I think this is the only time he's ever going to get to play Jin Zhao in this tournament.
Did exactly what he needed to do in getting that first blood bot side. It was really good.
I don't know. I think he's probably going to get Jin Zhao a couple more times. If you guys
I was
continue
going to say, I think
draft in
at this
way.
point, people know that he can play a couple more things. It's
Yeah,
possible.
the volley was, fine,
Yeah.
decent.
I thought his volley was great.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with Volibear. I mean, he will dive you. That's scary.
I think the big takeaway of this series for him is that have that impact, but definitely that farm lane in the jungle toward the end was getting pretty massive, and that helped swing the game for them for sure. But I'm 100% sure that he's going to bounce back from that and have no problem whatsoever and get back to killing people in the early game like this one. Hey,
Oh, yeah.
any more questions from us? Looks like a no to me.
I think
Captains,
I'm good.
thank you for joining us. Any last words from you guys?
Yeah, Kathy is gonna kick your ass next week.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's
We'll
gonna
find
feel
out.
bad. I've played with Milton in a clash now, and we're going up against him next week. It's like
Yeah.
he's an honorary Kathia member now.
Yeah, it's actually totally fine, Parker. Because if you don't have the other Parker on your team, I think we beat you 100% of the time. So I'm gonna schedule on a day specifically that J Money can play, and we'll be fine.
The rest of my team won't be available, unfortunately.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I'm joking. You are so hard sleeping on J Money.
I haven't seen any of his gameplay yet. I haven't gotten to watch the series.
You might want to go back and watch it. J Money's really solid. He's really good.
Good. I'm excited.
Yeah, this week's been really weird. A bunch of us have been really busy, and then Ian came through.
Yeah.
So it's just been Gabe's been pretty much a ghost. He barely got signal to message people that he wouldn't be there. So who knows what next week's gonna hold? I just hope everyone's okay, and week 3 goes good.
Absolutely. All right. Hey, guys, really appreciate you joining us here. This is Lemur. I was joined by Tony Pajamas and Slimsh. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. We will see you later. Booze Bash 7, baby.
See you guys.
All right. Bye-bye. Night, everybody.
Bye.